Right, we got this VAX Platinum Power Max carpet washer, which I'm going to take apart. And yeah, I've done a couple of other videos showing this hose being replaced. So if that's all you're after, you can click on them a bit more in depth. There's also one doing the belts. But yeah, hence I've only got 2 screws up here, whereas you would have 6. I've just done that as a, because I've taken everything apart. Yeah, so unscrew that one, because I've taken the others out. This just slots out. Another one back there. I do not remember doing that. Did I do the other side as well? So there we go. So that is. Just gonna screw that back on. That can stay like that now. Yeah. It is unplugged, so that's good. Right. This just wiggles off. Old scrubber bar. As I'm doing this. That. Should be able to take it out roughly. I'm sure we can squeeze it out without not quite. So there's 2 screws under here. You've got little divots on the plastic. So it shows you, there's one there, 2 there, there's 2 there, but I've already taken them out, 2 there, there's 2, hard to see back here, I believe. Right, this bit needs to come off. This is it's easy enough and straightforward to put back on afterwards. So I've taken the cover off. Do that. It lifts out. Right. This time I'm going to take the belt out. That will free the brush bar. And we'll sort the motor with the clutch. remove that. There we go. All good. So obviously your clutch, belt tensioner, up. Don't need to remove all the screws. And by the looks of it, I didn't need to remove that one. So we'll pop it back on. So you only need to do 3 of those to release the and there we go. I've got this one, power cable. There's screws on this upright, which is definitely one screw holding that up. But yeah, it looks like as soon as you got these 2 white plastic retaining once removed should nearly remove all that from the pipes. So if you're doing your on-off switch, there you go, that's where the access to that is. And yeah, that comes out now, down to these 2 pipes. So I'm going to, depending on how much you need to take off, will depend on how far you need to take yours apart. But for me, I'm just going to disconnect that. That one's disconnected, so that should pull out as a unit. And there you go. That's even got the switch on. So yeah. What's involved? There's a handle release. It's literally, I can see that grey side. So I expect the other one is on that as well, but I might be able to just put a slide screw. So yeah, you could see that one, and that one just prized out. So handle release. Right. Belt tensioner. How's it? Trying to see exactly if it's just those 2 screws holding it down in. Does this front come off? There's 2 screws there. We might as well do that while we're doing this. I've done various carpet washers before. This is the first time I've done this model. So it's a little bit of a learning curve for me as well. But that should, unless we've got other screws that are hidden, that should come off. It's just probably a little bit trapped. That side's off. Why isn't this side just popping off? A little bit. Is that holding it in there? Maybe. alright once it's cleaned up. That gets us to this part. And there's nothing to say you needed to do that. If you're looking at doing a motor or whatever, you don't need to do all this or the switch. But we're just going to go through. Let's see if it's just these two. Can't see any other fixings holding the tensioner in place. And hopefully, looks like that's it. No, that is it. It's the whole unit, so it's obviously, yeah. It's a lot of, goes under that plastic, so that's what keeps it there in the tension. Cool. Right, the only other thing is the wheels. Oh, we see circlips. So I'll do this side first. Hopefully, not easy doing these circlips this way. And I'll you can see where they are there and one there. So I'm just going to get another flat screwdriver. There we go. I just like to, unless you've got circlip bars, which I have, but they don't usually fit inside this. This is a bit of a bizarre way of making them stay in place, to be honest. There we go, just pushed either side down, so that should operative work. There you go. That's a circuit. I'm just going to try and gently I'm just going to keep rotating it because it can damage them. But yeah, that's all it was. What with damaging it can damage these plastic bits as you do it, but you can't. Sometimes that's just the way it is. They're not designed to be taken apart. However, doesn't mean they can't be taken apart, and that's how they're held in place. So when taking it off, I was just literally pushing on those two to take off with the screwdrivers. But anyway, hopefully you sort of seen what I was doing. We'll do this one because I've got to spin this one around because they're not. The circlip wasn't quite as in situ for me to do that, but there we go. I doubt if you can see it, but I'm trying to do it at a point where I can see it to be able to take it apart. I think that's what a lot of people don't understand when you're doing these videos. I've got to see what I'm doing as well as you. Now I could probably pay for a GoPro or whatever and stick it on my head. Oh, that would annoy me. I don't think I'd enjoy that. So I'll do my best. I don't make any, you know, this is my time. I could be doing other things than making videos. You know, this isn't earning me a penny doing these videos. Much as it's on YouTube, I don't have enough followers and everything. So it is why I will put in my video. Please subscribe, you know, and hopefully, eventually, in a year or so, or 2 years, I can actually start getting some money back for all the time. All the time and investment. But that's basically that one. We'll stick that circlet back on. Obviously it's quite a lot of work if you just want to change one wheel. Take it all apart to get to where you can get to that circlip and then being able to put it back on. So it's quite, but I'm not the designer. I don't design these, I don't work for these companies. I'm just trying to save some from being thrown away if they can be repaired. Right. This should be a sealed unit. Heavily silicone, I presume. But we'll I'm wondering whether it looks like it's I don't think they're screws. So I was expecting silicone to be all around here as a sealer, but it's not. Yeah. Just for this purpose, I'm just going to take this off the video. All we're looking at now is the cable's going back there, so we have to remove that panel to it looks like there's two there. It does make me laugh with some people, because one of my first videos I done was of a VAX blade 2, and I was taking it apart, showing how to, you know, get to the motor. And recently, I mean this is over a year ago, and then recently I had someone complaining, oh, your arm's in the way, your arm's in the way. And I sort of think, well, you try and, they're obviously struggling just to do the job they're doing, and then they're moaning at me because I'm doing the job, I'm trying to show them, and yet my arm's in the way. Well, it was my first video, you know, it's not easy to do these jobs and stay out of the way, you know. I have to, I don't know, I suppose I could yeah, I could put more time in, I could spend hours and hours, you know, editing and taking this out, taking that out, making sure I got the right shot and this, that and t'other. It's just not possible sometimes. Like I say, I haven't done anything out of this since I've been doing it. But each video does take quite a bit of time. Right, why are we not? Oh, it's a back panel. So, you know, if it does annoy you that my arm's in the way, I do apologise. It's not intentional. It's just like that. I'm trying to see exactly what it's caught on. So while I'm trying to do that, to try and then explain what to do, it may. Right, moving those wires, there's still a screw right there. I am not saying that that screw doesn't mean it's going to come off. What I am saying, just do a little screw down there. On that way, on that way. Do, do, do. What I'm doing is just that and that. Do I need? Yeah, I prefer to have access to it. I actually think it's just clipped in there. At the end of the day, if I do this and I accidentally break it, that's fine, because this is basically being sold for parts. So one hoover is going to go off, and you know, each part will save another hoover. So it's not that I'm deliberately destroying a hoover. It's going to go off and save many hoovers from being thrown away. So this is why, you know, I'm quite happy to do these videos. I'm probably mumbling, waffling. Got to do something, haven't I? I think there's a... There is no obvious way it's struggling. Come out, come out. Slot it in there, slot it in there. And that. It's the motor, that's what's doing it. The plastic goes under there. So this other unit must come out. Is there screw hidden? There we go. Does it? Oh yes. There you go. See? Now you know. And when you do yours, you know not to keep looking for everything else. You know exactly where it's going to be. Awesome. And there you go, you still got another screw for that one. That gets you to the pipe work. But for me, it gets me to the power cable, because that's where I'm going to take apart now. Off pretty easily. Good. Usually I squeeze them both ways, but hope the video's still going. Oh, thank God for that. That is the other frustrating thing, when you think you've done a video and you go to look at the screen and it's stopped, and you're like, ah, yeah, no swearing. Right, that's that. So that plastic is just stopping it from being wrapped around. There you go. It should pull out now. Is there anything stopping it? No. Right, there we go. So we pulled out. So that's the original. Must be a fuse in there. Right. I would usually do a refit, but time is not with me today, so it's not going to be happening. There we go. Little pump is that? unscrew that will keep it all together. Two more at the back. I'm just going to look down there. Yeah. Looks like there's two more. Maybe more. I'll make sure there isn't. No, it's down there as well. Oh. Stayed on it. And I presume I suppose I could do a rebuild. I don't know. I might. I don't. Slots out. And look at it. One more screw. One more. And that should surely now release it. It's just getting that rubber. One screw. There we go. And that's your pump. Right. What's it like? Is it like? I'm just going to try and ease it off to start with. I don't like putting screwdrivers under these because they do snap off pretty easily, so I try and spread the load with the knife. Good. And there we go. Ooh. Does it come out? Yeah. Wrap those wires. There we go, they go through the loop, back through the loop. Oh, I don't think this motor is very good, do you? No, look at that. This motor is pretty scrappy. Always good to see, take them apart and check them, make sure that nothing's strange. Anyway, that's as far as I need to go. That's going to the scrap. So yeah, I'm definitely not rebuilding it now. But right, it can be fixed. There's absolutely no reason why it can't all go back together. You could have took photos as you're dismantling to see exactly where everything goes, so when refitting you can see. When I open it up, or you can just watch the video and pause it at each stage. But you can replace the buttons, you can replace the switches, you can, you know, there's nothing, there's no silicone, there's no stopping it from being put back together. Yeah. Anyway, hopefully it helps somebody. I'm going to stop mumbling.